themselves. Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. This is Chimera Elite, and I just want to quickly say sorry for the massive delay between videos, but school's been kind of winding down, and the amount of work I've had to do has been slowly just increasing until, the final crescendo before finals. But, got a week till finals, and yeah, I'm just gonna get this video up and then wish me luck. Enough of that, though. We're looking at the Mercenaries skills. Now let's see what they have to offer. Leonhard von Heinze. Let's look at the passive skills. Combat expertise, hunter, and flawless positioning. Let's start with combat expertise. When the skill user is engaged with 2 or more enemies, it gains a 5% bonus to dodge and parry attempts. It is not stackable. And the mastery doubles the bonus up to 10%. This is actually pretty good. This is really good. My question though is there actually an innate penalty or bonus when you're flanking someone or when you are being flanked by someone? Because I know in Dogs of War and in most games, if you're flanked by something, by an enemy rather, you're going to take penalties and they're going to gain bonuses. And I'm not sure if it's in this game yet, or if it will ever be in this game. But combat expertise is a good way, in my opinion at least, to give yourself a little bit more of a fighting chance. You do have to dump a few points into intelligence, which is not a bad thing. Mainly because it increases your success rate against mental conditions, which in some instances could be useful against some armies. That could be very useful. I'm not even sure if this guy can even be feared. Let's check. No, who knows? All I know is that he has a specific aura that makes things very difficult for me as a chaos player and my fear effects. Because he's around, yeah. His leadership is 8 at this level. But anyway, on to the next. Hunter. Every time a shoot or aim action is used by the skill user, he has a 20% chance to recover 1 strategy point, and as usual, the mastery doubles that to 40. This is really good. This is fantastic. Especially because of how powerful the Mercenaries' guns are. Their firearms are, I think they're the best of any warband, in that, while, yeah, the Skaven have access to their warp-lock pistols, I believe the Mercenaries have access to not only rifles, but also pistols, and the rifles have a damned good range. Let me just go back and check for a moment. Pistol. I actually don't think this guy can equip them. Let's just back out for a minute. Grab this guy. And hunting rifle. Damage is okay. I believe they actually did reduce the damage. But the range is quite good compared to the pistols, handguns. Actually, let me think. Let me think for a moment. Oh wait, no, because they're different. Excuse me for a moment. I had to sneeze for a moment. I am slightly sick. Okay, what's the difference between a handgun and a hunting rifle? And why would I ever want the other? Alright, one has... Oh, wait, oh. Oh, it was because I was looking at the other... Okay, so here's the thing. At base, like, the weapons here are purple, so they deal more damage. But the hunting rifle and the handgun deal comparably similar damage. And they have very good range. pistols don't have a range income. That's interesting. That's very interesting to me. Why would he not have... Why would there not be a range increment? Firearm, range, weapon. Not very descriptive. But you get the point. Weapons... The weapons that the mercenaries have accessible to them, they have superior range, just technology and just things to use. And it can really work to your advantage if you are able to really just set your warband up so your men have a clear shot and don't really need to worry about anyone charging them and disrupting their ability to do that. Hunter will, without a doubt, be a very important skill in the future. Mainly because strategy points allow you to actually reload, and considering how many points, just not only offensive points but also strategy points, that firing or just firearms in general use up, the more strategy points you can get, the better. Now back to the next one. Flawless positioning reduces the chances of the skill user to be dealt a critical hit by 5%, and mastery doubles that as always to 10. Considering the unlikeliness of a critical hit actually landing, or rather actually proccing, I'm gonna have to give this one kind of not necessarily a pass, but more of a kind of in a side deck. Like, I might use you, but I need to see if critical strikes are going to be a problem for my army in the future. Because if they're not, I'm just going to ignore this. But if I start running into armies that are specifically built just to crit constantly, I'm going to build crit resistance, and flawless positioning is going to give me that extra resistance that could make or break my warband. Now those are just the passive skills. The active skills are guard stance, tactician, and sniper shot. Guard stance, you take a stance which ends the unit's turn, and you have to be using melee weapons, but you increase your armor absorption by 5%. And I don't think this actually makes sense. Huh. Let me think. You increase your armor absorption by 5%, and the mastery increases your armor absorption to 6. Shouldn't that be 10? Maybe that's a little glitch. I'll toss down the forums and see what they have to say about it. But, guard stance, I'll give you a thumbs up. The ability to defend yourself is always good, and considering how much damage you're taking in the late game, that's huge. Being able to mitigate that damage and potentially just shrug it off, where otherwise you would take it and get ever closer to your inevitable death. Now, tactician, I do not want to learn you just yet. You reduce the cost of flee by 1 strategy point, but is not stackable, and you must not be engaged. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, okay, never mind. I think I get it. And the mastery is you increase you reduce the cost of disengage by 1 strategy point, and its range is increased to 30 meters. Flee is something's nearby and you just want to get the hell out of there. Disengage is if you're actually literally in a melee fight and the guy can touch you or is just slapping you with an axe or whatever. Disengage is you back off. It's like, oh. and then you move. This could be okay. Mainly for your archers, for your ranged guys, and this could be pretty useful, really. Yeah, reduces the cost, gives you more room to move, and for ranged units, that's huge. That's easily the difference between life and death. Now sniper shot. Wow. Okay. This kind of exemplifies why the mercenaries are such a good force when it comes to ranged combat. A range attack that increases damage or chances to hit by 25%, the chance to crit by 5, and the critical damage by 25%. If you have an archer who is speccing in to critting and to hit, he is going to hit his shot. And the mastery increases the chance to hit and the critical damage to 50%. And your chance to perform a critical hit by 10%. This is massive. This is just... I'm just gonna take my time, aim, fire, boom, headshot, no more enemy. Goodbye. And considering that ranged weapons really deal damage, this is a fantastic skill. This is a must-get in my opinion. You do need to spec a little bit into accuracy, but let's be honest, if you are building a ranged unit like this guy, you need to level him up like maybe 1 or 2 times and he can get it. Like, that is insane, the amount of damage you can just put out with this thing if you spec into it. If not, spend your points elsewhere, either in more damage, more utility, or into just more mobility. And really, whatever you go, that's your choice. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Next time we will be looking at, most likely, the Clerics of Sigmar. I'll see you guys around. Peace.